Welcome to another episode of Design in Progress. Today we're going back to our as yet unnamed hero builder deck thing with stats that we played last time. So if you want a rules overview of exactly what we're doing, go and watch that video. We'll make sure there's a link in the description below. But for now, we're going to kind of just jump right into it. So we have a super awesome special guest. We've got Slugface Killa joining us.
Ready to play some Stat Builder.
Yeah, we got to come up with a catchier name.
Stat Builder Heroes.
And then we also have Zero Gamer joining us as somewhat usual.
I'm not special, just normal trash.
You're just the regular old, the typical trash.
I'm not special. That is, I understand my standing now.
Yeah. You're no special at all, except for that you mess up my audio all the time.
I didn't this time. I forgot to.
You forgot to. For people who haven't gone and watched the other one, we're going to be using these decks that are character specific and adding mini decks that we choose whenever we level up as we fight through a dungeon with monsters. So as we choose different stats to level up, like our int or our dextution, we'll get those specific cards. Our deck will get bigger and bigger and bigger, and our cards will get stronger and stronger. So for now, we're kind of trying to figure out whether we want cards to be public information, private information. We've just been doing public just for planning purpose.
It's cooperative, right?
It is cooperative, so
cooperative game makes sense.
Right.
Public.
So
otherwise, it's really awkward, right? Because then people are just gonna cheat.
Right, exactly. So the Goblin Brute is a higher level than us, so we're not going to choose any other.
Wait, is this your first monster already?
This is our first monster already. We're doing it.
We're
hopping right in.
Into the fray.
So
we're in the dungeon.
Right. So we're going to just do the quick setup of this, which I have to figure out what I would do in real life. Rather, like if I'm going to have like spin counters or something like that to keep track of all of the health things, because using dice seems horrible. But we do get, have a quote-unquote intention system, so we get to know what he is going to do. This is if you're playing with 4 players.
Oh.
Wait, what are all the dice for?
This is to keep track of their health, because we're going to be doing damage to them. So for right now, this is very bare bones. So we're using dice to keep track of it now. I would imagine spin counters or tokens or something
It looks
later.
like a monster.
It does look like a monster.
Limbs.
I'm going to eat you.
Its head. Get back! Get back!
Oh no, he's gonna eat us!
He's flailing his leg, kicking.
Alrighty, so Zero, we determined that you are 5 and 6, so this is targeting you, and it will do 3 damage to you if we don't. If we don't kill it. So now we get to do things to it. I can just deal 3 physical damage to it. That's pretty good.
I can deal 5 mental damage to it and give one of you a focus.
Yeah, I forgot to go over focus and stun and all of those things. There's status effects, Slug. So stun makes you skip a turn. You or the monster skip a turn. Focus lets you spend focus to do extra damage. Shield prevents damage. Dodge, you dodge an attack. And then poison does damage over time.
Are they stat-isses?
Stat-isses. Yes.
For all of our stats.
Oh my gosh. Alrighty, I'm gonna shield bash to this mofo and deal 3 physical damage to him. That goes down to 3. I have to roll this dice to see if I get lashback. High. Well, they say high gets hit. Low does not get hit. Ah, shoot. Okay, so I take 2 damage because I got a shield from this, so I only take 2. All right, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna deal 5 mental damage to it.
All right.
And give you a focus.
All right, so this goes down to 3, and that goes away.
Oh, yeah.
And you're giving me a focus?
Yeah, why not?
I can use that next time. What are you doing, Slug?
This is the best thing to do, right? Because it's...
What do we got? 3 physical, and you get to negate some lashback damage. All right.
That's what else would I like? Otherwise, I'm just dealing a 1.
Well, that's deal 1 twice. That's the whole point of this one is that you can deal 1 physical damage, and then you can do another. So it can be both on 1 target, or you can split it between 2 targets.
Also increases your potential of getting lashback by 2.
That is
Lashback by 1, isn't it?
well.
It's basically shield 1.
What is? Huh? Oh yeah.
Flashback is?
No, this one negates your lashback damage by 1, is what he's saying. So
Is
that's
that
good.
like shield?
Yeah, it's basically just
The
shield.
lashback damage is this middle number where it's a 50% chance that he hits you back when you go and punch him in the
Okay.
face. So you're doing what? 3
Which is
damage?
good. Like, yeah, like I'll do the most damage, right?
Yeah.
Let's kill it.
No, yeah.
Let's kill it.
3 damage, and then I'll roll this for you, whether you take 3 damage also. You don't.
I negate 1.
Well, so it would have only been 2, but you don't take any because he missed you in his as you were passing by him to punch him in the face.
How so?
Because it's a 50% chance that when you deal physical damage to him, that he does whatever lashback damage to you. So there are also people who can do ranged damage, like the ranger has bows, so he doesn't need to worry about lashback because he's hitting from afar. But you're like going up close to him and hitting him with a sword. So
and
he
it's just 50-50 odds evens?
Yeah,
or
it's
what
just
was the-
for now it's 50-50. I haven't decided whether I want to mess with that or whether I want it to be 30-60 kind of thing, or I'm not sure. Right. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly. That's kind of part of what these first initial tests is, just figuring out do these monster mechanics work at all?
Okay, I was just like, so when I attack without something,
When you attack and it says physical damage, so almost because you're a fighter,
okay,
almost
physical
all of
damage,
yours
I'm
say
always
physical.
gonna have to roll the lashback die,
Mhm.
right? That's what this is.
Yep.
And then if is it odds or evens, or what
We'll
was the
say
breakdown?
low as it misses and high as it hits.
Okay, yeah. So it misses. I dealt 3. Perfect.
Perfect. All right.
Did
So
my job.
yep. Now he goes and deals 3 damage to
Me.
0.
Perfect.
Take your damage.
I did.
Are we're in this together though, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
we're all in this together. So if you
want
have
a potion, buddy? I got a potion, I think, or do you have healing?
Oh, I got healing.
Yeah,
on the
we
card.
all every character starts with 1 potion, and then we'll get another potion. The potions are in the character decks, which you get at level 4 and 8. So by
Also, they're in the deck, so they don't become exhausted between rounds. They just get reshuffled back in.
well, nothing gets exhausted between.
Yeah, I just wanted to point it out because sometimes that's what happens in
Right.
games like this.
Right. They just get shuffled back in. Yeah. So
So do I draw back? I forget. Do I draw 1 card?
Yep, you'll
or-
draw back up to 4. So if you
I draw back up to 4.
if you somehow use more, alrighty.
Like, say you're a really broken character.
Right, so you were a really broken character like Zero Gamer. So it is targeting you, Slug. It will deal 2 damage to you if we don't kill it this turn, but I have a feeling that we are going to kill it.
Sorry, what?
So it targeted you because you're 1 and 2.
He rolled the attack die.
Oh,
Right.
it's because there's 2 of these, right? One is
One is the target,
One
right.
is the target. One is the
The action in this grid. So
Okay.
number 1 is deal 2 damage to target player. You're the target. So
because it rolled a 1.
right, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 possibilities of what it could do on any of its turn.
Isn't this like a
And then
2?
this is who it's going to target. So you're 1 and 2.
Oh, so this is the one. Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yes,
sorry,
if you hover over, I did label them target dice in action.
Yeah. No.
No, you're good.
Okay, so
I'm
target
throwing a lot at you real fast because I know that you pick things up pretty fast. So I'm just like,
Target
here, play.
2. And I'm target 2 because
You're-
I'm player 2.
Well, you're 1
No.
and you're 1 and 2. I'm 3 and 4. 0 is 5 and 6. We don't have a 3-sided dice.
I'm 1 and 2.
Yes.
On the 6-sided dice, yes.
Does that
If
make
he
sense?
rolls the target dice and it comes up as a value of 1 or 2,
Okay. Well, like, it's fair that I'm trying to remember this stuff.
No, yeah. No, it's fine. Zero, bringing out the snark. Alrighty, I can do 5 damage to this guy
I'm just gonna heal myself for 3, and also draw an extra card,
because you can heal 2 and then play an additional card and then
which
draw,
heals 1 and draw a
card.
card.
What's
Sweet.
the additional card? Oh, it's on the thing. Okay.
Wisdom has do additional actions, so they have like really poopy cards, but then you can also play another card.
No, don't lie.
They have
Don't lie to him.
poopy cards. Alright, so I do 5 damage to him. And then I forgot that there's one last thing to explain to you. Slug. Let me just see if I get lashbacked. I totally do. Take 4 damage. That's bad.
Why do you take 4?
1, 2, 3, 4. Because I
Oh, did
recklessly...
you increase damage by 1?
Yeah, I recklessly stroked at him. Raged.
Sorry,
Let's
and
do that.
Sorry, the last thing is, because
is
there's...
that also like done by like the what the dice rolls, like the die decides?
Sorry, what? What was the question?
Is that also how like that card works?
Well, no, it's just saying that if you do take the lashback lash back damage, it's increased by 1. So usually this guy does 3 lash back damage. Now he does 1. Now he does 4 to me when I attack with this because it's getting increased by 1.
Oh,
So it's not the percentage is not changing. It's just if it does hit. Like yours was if it does hit, it does 1 less. This is the opposite.
Okay.
This is if it does hit, it deals.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
And it's okay. There's a
I'm
lot
just
a
I'm
lot of
trying to
moving
understand. Like,
pieces.
I'm just trying to understand like the how like what is deciding what happened, right? Because right now you're just kind of telling something that's happening. But I
Okay.
don't know what
Okay.
pieces are doing what.
Let me. I can slow down because I just like blasted through my turn. Sorry. So he had 6.
No, it's just I get that. Okay, so this is health, right? This
Mhm.
the gray dice are health.
Yep. The gray dice are health. So last turn, 0 gave me a focus token with his
Yep.
stuff. So I'm able to use a focus to add 1 to this damage and then deal 4 physical damage to this. So now I'm just down. So he goes all the way down to 1. And then because it's physical damage, I have to roll.
He was at 6 health.
Right.
And that's
Then
and because you're maiden 1, you're dealing 4 physical damage to it,
So because that
Flashback
damage
damage,
is
and you
physical,
rolled
I have to
this.
roll. I rolled a 6,
which is a hit.
which is a hit. So he would deal 3 damage to me, but because of the text on this card, I increase that damage by 1. He deals 4 damage to me instead.
Because it's got the 3 on the
Because it's
coin.
usually 3, yes.
It's that plus that. Okay.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. There's a lot of information on all of the cards, so it's understandable that it is a lot to absorb. Just one final thing that I forgot to say. Because there are some creatures that only have the physical health and some that only have the mental health. If at any time you want to, you can just discard 2 cards to deal a physical or a mental damage, no matter what the cards are. So if for some reason you have like your entire hand is just heal or your entire hand is mental damage, but we just need to do 1 physical damage, you could be like, okay, I'll just discard these 2 cards and do that last point of damage.
Could you promote me?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll even go as far as to promote 0.
Is there a reason that it's just because like this is like what the icons will eventually be? Will these colors, or why are these
Oh
colors?
no, I just literally chose colors that were very different from each other. We can make this blue if that's better.
Here, no, I'll just in the background I'll make.
So we can make this.
No, because then you can keep going and I'll have something to.
Okay. So what are you?
It's your turn.
You do have to hopefully deal damage to this mofo.
I've got a card that says deal damage.
Is this the card you're doing? Wait, or is this from?
No, that's the one I did last time.
Oh yeah, so that would go in like your discard area down here.
Okay.
And then
this one here.
You would have
I
also
deal physical, and then I deal physical. Oh, sorry. Wait. What?
Sorry, you would have also drawn up to 4 in between those rounds. Like when he attacked us, you would have drawn up to 4. Whoa.
I like this one because it's deal physical and then deal physical again.
Right, and then he would die on the first one, so you'd only have to roll the lash back once.
He lashes back even if he's dead.
Oh, you're
Not a
good. You're good.
chance.
All right, you did it. Huzzah! All right, so we killed our first dude. So now we take all those cards, we throw them back in our deck. Our discarded cards are cards that were in our hand. And then you're going to choose a stat to level up.
Strength.
So yeah, for you, you might just like go hard into strength.
My strength goes up once, and then I get 2 max health, and my red goes up as well.
And your red goes up as well.
Okay.
I was gonna thinking, shoot, I'm just gonna go con. I need the healing power of Constitution. So this goes up 3. Oh, my mouse has been all sorts of wonky today. 1, 2, and to 10. I am gonna have to heal at some point. I am
Slug,
level 2. My Constitution's 2. There we go.
Slug, on your character card here.
Yep.
So whenever you gain a stat point, you also want to increase your level by 1.
Right.
Yep.
This is more just like keeping track of how far the game has gone, because when it reaches the end,
it's important. It's important.
Well,
because
it's
your
also
level-
important for level 4 and 8, yeah. Which is why they're bolded. And then did you throw all of the cards in your hand back in your deck? Slug.
Not into my discard.
Yeah, no, all of your discard, everything goes back into your deck. So it's not like quite your traditional deck builder where like everything goes into your discard, and then when your deck is out, you reshuffle. At the end of every single round, we're gonna reshuffle our decks and go from a straight new deck.
So out of the first, how many cards did we start with? 4, 5?
Started with
4?
9.
Started with 9. So
And then we added 4.
wait, what?
Hmm?
In our
So
hand?
hold on, no, hold on. I
Our
don't think
starting hand? What?
No,
I
no,
don't. I
so
don't think. Oh no, I don't think he explained this part. So when you pick your stat to increase slug, you also need to go over here to the side table where there's these 6 bags right here, and you need to grab a stack of cards out of the appropriate side,
Right.
which I think is this one.
Okay,
for
but
you.
I was just asking
sorry.
how many cards we had each hand.
Oh, in your
There's 4.
hand, you'll have 4.
It was 4.
Right.
So basically, out of the first 4 cards,
Mhm.
playing 1, you're drawing 1 more. So in total, you will have had 5 cards, and you're playing 2 of the 5 cards that you see.
Well, that was just
Oh.
this first round,
Oh,
which
because it's however long until the thing goes down.
right until this, and now we're all level 2, so we will. If we draw something that is less than 6, we'll be going up against 2 monsters. So that might take us 3 or 4 or 5 rounds to kill it. Yeah. So yeah, you at the beginning you've seen like half of your deck, but now you still might see half of your deck because this is going to go a little longer. So for instance, we have a wall of vines, which is only level 2. So we're going to keep drawing until this is equal to or passes our. A skeleton archer is 4. So there. So we have our 2 enemies because our combined level right now is 6. So we're all level 2, and then 2 plus 4 is oftentimes. And this to keep track of that. And it has no mental, and this also has no. Going to be a straight just deal damage to 5. There we go. And then we need target dice and action dice. And I have to go and run to the bathroom real quick. But you guys start this round off. Why don't you roll up them action dice, and I will be right back. Haha! I've returned. What horrible things are they doing to us?
They're only doing horrible things to you.
Oh, only to me. That's delightful. Poison
And-
damage and stunning me. So, okay, I gotta make this turn count. Great. Well,
Is that stunning you?
Isn't it?
No. It's
Oh my
dealing 1
gosh, it's
damage
just-
and then 2 poison.
My brain just saw this too and was like, yeah, they're both doing 2 to me. my brain. All right, well, I can stun that dude who's gonna poison me, which I'm thinking I'm gonna do, and I get to give some shield to y'all. So I'm gonna bubble blast, stun this mofo, and who's the puniest of you all?
It's
I'm
like
guessing it's not me.
No,
Yeah,
you,
oh, I can
you only
heal.
have 12. I mean, you can
What?
heal, but he
I
has
can heal
more
a
health.
lot.
But he has 14 health, and you have only 12.
Only.
Only. All right, I'll throw it to Slug. So you get two shield tokens, Slug. I just threw him over her. I'll throw him down here for you.
Rush.
You can use those to negate damage whenever you so choose.
Little
Choo choo choo.
little pawns.
I just needed different color things. I was like, I'm not gonna make freaking 6 tokens. I just gotta blast through this because I wanted to test it to make sure everything was working. I was like, how can I get colored things?
They'll blast right to these little people.
I think you put a dodge token on it, not a stun token.
For some reason, my brain wants yellow to be stun. All right, I'm stunning the skeleton archer, so he doesn't poison the shit out of me.
Okay.
I don't want to deal with that bullcrap.
That's fair. You can take the 1 damage.
Yeah, the 1 damage I have no problem with. The freaking 6 damage over time, or no, it will only be 3, but you know.
Alright, well, I'm gonna.
You do things.
I'm going to dodge the next attack that would come, then play another card, which is deal 3 damage to the skeleton.
Here's your dodge.
Thank you.
And then deal 3 damage to that skelly boy.
Did it?
Well,
I did it.
Make this 6 and put this away. What you gonna do, Slug?
They have a lot of physical stuff, so I'll do the thing I did last time with the deal 3 physical strength and negate my lash back
By 1.
by 1, and I'll go after this wimp. We'll just get this wimp out. He's annoying us, right? Skeleton
Mhm.
archer.
Skeleton archer,
Yep.
and this poison damage can be a
Let's
pain
get
in
him.
the ass. Damage
Let's
over
get
time.
him.
He is stunned, so he doesn't lash back.
Yes,
Oh,
that is true.
Oh, should I get the other person?
And the skeleton archer is not going to hit us this turn. So yeah, might as well get the other person. I
Sure.
mean, it's
Well,
kind of
no, I mean, you want to focus fire.
that's true.
Okay, focus. We'll do.
Yeah. All right, so skeleton archer goes down by 3, and you don't need to worry about any of his Lashbackitude.
All right.
So he's got, come on, 3 health. There we go. The Wall of Vines lashes out at me and deals 1 damage. It's mad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you throw the cards you played in the discard if you didn't already.
Mhm.
Discard can just be to the right of your player board,
Yep, the 1.
Yep.
and
one
then
discard,
you
right?
draw back up to 4.
Because you just play 1, right?
Yeah, every turn you're gonna basically play 1.
Unless you have 1 that says you can play another card.
Play
yes,
another card, like I
unless
did,
you're
yes.
0. All right, let's see what their plan is. So his stun counter goes away.
Did anyone actually get hit? You got hit by 1.
I got
right?
hit by 1. But I walked against this wall of vines and got hit by a thorn.
Oh, you're way low on health, anyways. Okay.
Oh, he's gonna stun me. That's not great. And then this dude is. Oh no, he's gonna stun 0. Oh my god, my brain.
Slug.
This
Okay.
guy is gonna deal poison damage to me. Okay. You want them to be red, Slug?
Well, because the heart is red.
Yeah, that's what I said, and you were like, no, don't do it yet. I want something to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Alrighty. We should make the action dice a slightly different color.
Big
Yeah,
yellow.
totally. Here. Action die, that's the part of the card. This is the person because we have bags and cards. Done.
Okay. This was 1 and 1. That was 4
I don't know
and
what this
1.
is.
Delete.
Here's our
Delete.
lashback because that's the orange symbol.
Perfect.
And here's ones for purple. Well, we need them.
Yes, for mental attitude.
Okay. Phew. Okay, sorry.
There we go.
It
Alrighty.
was getting real confusing. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So this dude is gonna stun Slug, and this dude is going to poison me. Although only 1 poison damage is really not that big a deal.
I'm gonna heal you for 3.
That would be
Okay,
that would be delightful. 1, 2, 3. My dog just growled at me. What do you want?
I'm sure you guys can kill this skeleton.
Yeah, I can just kill him.
I am target 1 and 2, right?
You are target 1 and 2. I don't know why. We literally always get like halfway through recording these, and my dog is like, "Now I need to pee." Like, I am going to just kill this skeleton archer with this. I'm going to gain 1 shield and then deal with my lashback. And I don't get lashbacked, so I get to keep my shield. Kill the archer. And I'll let you two deal with this wall of vines. I'm gonna.
I healed you. That might turn it.
Oh, that's right. So it's Slug. I'm gonna go let my dog out. I'll be right back.
Oh, I'm gonna deal as much damage as I can do.
Yep.
To this one. Lashback.
Yep. Go ahead and roll it.
Yep.
So you'll take 2 damage unless you want to use the 2 shields you got earlier to negate
I'll
it.
throw him. Yeah. Kill him. I can just throw him in the garbage, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think it's an infinitely spawning bag. So
It is an infinitely spawning bag. He's doing that.
he dealt 2 damage.
And then use that to reduce the lashback.
Yep.
Nice.
So the wall of vines has 5 health left.
Alrighty. So the
We'll
wall
roll new actions for it.
the wall of vines stuns you, Slug. So you're gonna skip your turn, because it's a bad.
Oh,
It's a bad.
miss a turn.
Miss
What?
a turn.
Lose
That's
a turn. Oh no.
um.
Candyland all over again.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
It's gonna target me and try to stun me.
It's gonna try to stun you also. I can deal 4 damage to it.
I can deal 3,
All right, great.
so it just dies.
Great.
My damage is ranged, so it doesn't matter.
Mine is not ranged, so I have to deal with lashback bullshit. But I have a shield, so I do take lashback damage. It is increased by 1 and then decreased by 1, so I just take the 2. Uno dos. Man, I would love to see my potion. That would be just super great if I knew where the heck my potion was. So now we're level 3. Huzzah! Yeah!
So you shuffle everything back into your deck, Slug, and then you level up a stat again.
I'm gonna go with con again, just so I can be beefy with my Constitution cards, and then I can start maybe doing some other stuff once we hit level 4. So this is now 3. Now all my con cards are ballin'.
Am I leveling up again?
Yep, we did it.
Let's do.
I don't know how he has so much health. You've been so lucky with your lashback rolls, and I've been so unlucky.
Just, I don't know. Okay.
All right, so I do gain 3 health. 1, 2,
The dice
3,
make the
and
choice.
up to 13. There we go. Now I'm a beefy person. I do lose this shield that goes away. So all of your like statuses will refresh in between rounds. You're like basically, taking a break. So poison will go away, stun will go, all that jazz. Let me shuffle, draw 4. This is where we died last time, and I feel like we're doing a lot better than were last time. So, let's see what we got. So we're all level 3. Oh no, we died. We made it through this one. We died on the next one. So
We're looking for 9 levels of
looking
stuff.
for 9. What's that?
A goblin for 2.
2 plus
4, so 6.
plus
4. So it's
oftentimes
10.
great.
What? Why do it this way?
Because it's easier to copy and paste that.
I made you an infinity bag.
Because I'm in this. How? Or you did? Yeah, you did infinity bags.
We don't need ones for that. And
I'm gonna actually, I've been doing this. Sorry, my brain.
no, I'm on it.
There you go. Huzzah! There we go.
In fact,
Teamwork.
you can-
There'll eventually be pretty art there, though.
right now. It's
And the
like,
bandit stuns all
get
of
us
us.
through it.
So they're gonna take the first turn. When he comes into play, he just stuns us.
Okay, I roll all the action dice.
Yep. And then they do things, and then they'll roll again, and then we'll do.
So it's like the bandit has a special ability. He stuns us when he comes into play, so we missed the first turn.
Okay. Do I need a red thing?
Red thing. I mean, yeah, technically, yeah. We all technically need red things.
Technically.
Here's your red thing. Your red pawn.
Hey, that's the truth.
All right,
Alright,
so you take 1 damage slug from this goblin.
Ouch.
And then you take 2 damage from the bandit.
Yep, and then I take nothing. The archer's health returns to maximum, which it already is. Generating skeleton bullcrap.
So now we'll roll all their actions again.
Now we roll all their actions again, and then we can take.
But we actually take a turn. Yes.
All right, so they're gonna hit slug and 0, and although 5, this is just returning to health again. So that skeleton archer, we can kind of. We should get rid of this. This bandit has some annoying stunning, right? Doesn't he? Or no, he just has the thing where he can gain shield and he can heal, so he can last a long time. So we should kind of focus fire him to begin with.
I'm gonna dodge attack and also deal 3 damage to him.
Great. Grab yourself here. Let me throw you a dodge token. A dodge
Thank
pawn. I didn't even look. I can heal finally. Jeez. I can do 2 range damage divided between any number of targets. Oh wait, no. My constitution is high. Now I can deal.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot actually. Hold on. I forgot. My wisdom's also at 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually dodged the next 2 attacks, and I dealt 4 damage to this guy. So that's completely gone.
Nice. And
I can.
Oh, go ahead.
I can deal 3.
Let's say if you put your cards out for us, we can look at them too.
Oh, I mean, well, I can deal. I'm just like seeing which number is higher. I've got 3 damage. I've got 2 plus 1, so I may as well just make that 3 damage.
It's just 3 damage again. Yep.
4.
Mhm.
Let's just do 4 because that's the most
Mm-hmm.
between a bunch of people.
Right, you can divide that however you want.
Let's just do it all on this person.
Okay.
We don't have to deal with
Wait,
them
what?
later.
Yeah, so if you do all that on him, then I can do 2 to him and 1 to this goblin. Because I'm
Yeah.
going to do 3 damage divided as I so choose.
Well, it's like, is there any point in splitting it, or should I just do the most?
No, just do the most.
Yeah,
I'd
you
say.
do the most,
I'll
and then
do the
I'll
most.
split. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter because I'm
But you
doing
still.
I'm doing ranged because I'm throwing my shield. So I'll just do 1 damage to this dude. No,
Slug
some-
does.
Are some of these people technically like in front of other?
I haven't really figured that part out yet. For now, they're just all kind of, like this in a line. So do what you want, basically. Do as you will. So, but if you do 4 damage to him, just straight up, then I
Yeah.
can do the last 2 to him and then 1 to that.
Sure.
And then
Done.
we get rid of this bandit and then don't have to deal with his
Um,
bullcrap shield
Card.
chicanery. And this was range, so I don't need to deal with lashback. Although you do have to deal with lashback because that was physical, right?
Oh shoot!
Yeah. And
Wait, what are these decks?
this was your
The one-
discard.
No, what is in the bag?
In the bag is your fighter decks that you'll add at 4 and 8.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I think I accidentally put the one card in that. Oh, that's the card I was looking.
Yeah, it should be 4 cards. So this is correct.
Wait, no, that's not. That's not.
Is it not?
Nope.
Oh no, it should be 5 because I put the potions in there. That's right.
Yeah, it's this one then. It's another one of those thick of things cards.
The thick of things. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna trust you to take one of each of
Sorry.
those and throw it back in there. That's totally my fault. I started messing with
Can we
things.
just rewind it? Or like is it
we can.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like it's like
No, it's okay.
I know it's all over the place.
It's a mess of a there.
Sorry.
That should be the point where we were like, no.
Okay. So
And
I
then
think
this goes here.
so I only have
You go there.
okay, so if we lock this bag,
Yeah, that would be better.
I thought it was like when it was locked you could
No, you just can't pick it up then, which means you can right click. But you can click on it and right click and just pull out as many as you want.
Okay. Yeah, I know I just put it in the wrong spot. You
That's
need
okay.
a different
You just
I think you have an extra card floating around for some reason, anyways.
is it
This
second
was-
copy of that? Because
Yeah, this was like up here. This was up here for some reason. I moved it back because I thought that's what you had done with it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where that came from.
Okay, so this is my discard now.
Okay. And if one of these decks only has 4, then maybe there was an extra thick of things. We know what it is.
Yeah.
We can take care of it then.
Okay, then I'll pick a card, and I've got
Okie. I need to draw a new card, and they're gonna do bad stuff to us. We didn't do that yet. So this goblin,
1 or 2.
this
I
goblin
roll?
deals. Yeah, you're 1 and 2. No, I'm saying they haven't done this yet. We killed this bandit, so he doesn't do his stuff to us. But this
I was just asking if I
goblin
could roll
deals.
it. I can.
You can in a second. This goblin has to deal 1 damage to you first.
We already
Oh.
rolled it before we took our actions.
Okay, sorry.
Right, so you get to know what they're going to do, so you can be like, "Oh, that's going to kill us. We should probably take care
Oh,
of that
okay.
instead
Okay,
of that."
Okay,
You know. and
okay, I
it-
took my damage. Sorry about that.
you're good. Yeah, and then this skeleton heals himself a second time. He's really healthy. He's got strong bones. Roll him up. You want to roll for that archer?
Me.
Yeah. So he's gonna throw some poison your way once
Okay.
he
I can
takes his
deal with it.
turn.
can deal
And then this dude's gonna deal 2 damage to 0.
No, he's not.
Because you have dodges out the wazoo. I can.
I'm gonna heal you for 3, Endgamer.
Oh, delightful. Thank you. I was about to heal myself, but 1, 2, 3.
I should say, but one thing I realized is all these cards that say I draw a card, they don't do anything.
Why don't they do anything?
Well, here I'll show you. So one of these said I draw a card. I draw a card. My turn's still over.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out if it's like maybe you can go above 4. Maybe you always draw 1 card at the end of your turn. In which case, like, I don't know. You make a good point that doesn't work how it should work. Thank you.
Also, I'm sorry. I think I actually heal you for more because I keep forgetting I'm at the next level up. I heal you for 5 actually instead of what I said before, 3.
Is it
Freaking Za. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it-
Do things.
I'll deal 3 damage to
That, bring it down to 2. All right, so I only
And
need
I
to
have
do 2
flashback?
damage to it.
Is it physical?
I don't know. What does it say?
Yeah.
You tell me.
Okay, so I took how much damage? I took 1 damage.
I can do 1 physical damage to him, or
No, remember you're at the next. Oh no, that's
no,
your
that's
maiden
my
die,
shield
okay.
maiden one. Yeah, so I can. The only ones that help are gain 3 shield, draw a card, discard a card.
Oh, you know you're right. I misread one of mine. You're down 1 health. I
Okay.
fixed it for you.
Okay. Shoot, I can't kill that.
I can. I've got more stuff.
Well, I mean, I'm just can't kill it this turn. We can always kill it next turn. So I'll
I
just,
mean, it's targeting me anyway, so it doesn't even hit me. So
right. So I'll just deal the 1 damage to this, and I gain my 1 shield, bringing it down low, and then we can deal with it next turn. So it's targeting you 0, so you get to just dodge. You don't take anything from that. And slug, because it's only 1 poison. The way poison works is at the end of whatever turn is happening. So the end of the monster's turn.
Yeah, I take 1 damage and then remove 1 of them.
Exactly. Yep. So if you only take 1, it's like 0. But if for some reason he had already done 2 to you, and then you lost 1, and then you got another 1, you know, it could
So I get
re-proc it.
this.
Right.
Do I have to remove 1 right now?
Yeah, and then it goes away, and you'll lose 1 life. So if
So
you only have
I get 1, and then I take it away.
right, when you only have 1 poison, it doesn't actually matter. But when you have multiple, it significantly does. So like if you had
They
gotten
should always give 2 then.
well, the thing is, if this had given you 2, which it can do, and you had
Yeah.
gone down to 1 and then dealt another 1 to you, you'd be back up to 2.
No, it's just like it should just always deal 2. There's no point in it dealing 1 ever because you just remove.
Because dealing 1 can re-proc 1 that has gone down, and then just make it go another 1. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It is a silly interaction, I fully admit.
Yeah.
And it could be maybe rephrased somehow. But
Do we need damage? I've got some damage I can do.
we gotta re-roll what
Oh,
the heck
re-roll.
what the heck they're doing.
Attacking somebody else. I don't know who
This
it is.
goblin's dealing 1 damage to all of us
But not yet, not yet.
when it's his turn, and then this one's gonna gain some focus.
Gaining focus right
So
there.
no damage being dealt at all.
That's good. Okay. Well,
Well, I'm gonna dodge 2 more attacks and deal 4 range damage to the skeleton archer.
okay. I'm just gonna gain a bunch of shields, and then next turn I can do a bunch of damage. So I'm going to gain 3 shield, and then I get to draw a card and then discard a card.
I can deal 1 damage and then 2
Get
damage.
rid of my shield,
So I'll kill this one.
and then I'll get all the way up back to 4 at the end of
And
the
then
turn.
deal
then-
2 damage to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have to roll this twice.
Because you're doing physical damage twice. Yeah.
Fail. Not fail.
Alrighty. So we kill this goblin. Sweet.
So it's just this archer just left.
This archer who has focus. He might do more damage to us.
Mm.
I mean, that's another reason to be, because he gains focus, so he could hypothetically deal 2 poison or 3 with the focus.
All he's doing is returning to max health, so we just kill him.
No, he's not, because I'm going to do my favorite thing and remove any number of shield tokens from myself and deal that much physical damage.
No, you should heal that much health.
Okay, I'll heal that much health.
Because I just kill him with a ranged attack.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Because again, the cleric's supremely broken.
Well, we're gonna fix it. Don't worry. It's okay. Alright, so all those shields go back. And we're gonna be level 4, guys. So this is where some cool stuff starts to happen. So not only do you get an additional character deck, which should be 5 cards, but you also
Now you can drag one of those packs out of the little baggie next to your
Mhm.
character board slug.
now you get to start doing some other things.
Alright.
Question is, do I grab some int?
I'm just gonna grab wisdom again.
I'm gonna grab some charisma. I'm charismatic, guys. I promise.
If you say so.
I do say so.
Wait till we go into some sort of stat building cavern or
Mhm.
tavern. Then
A
we'll find
stavern.
out.
You have some drinks, build some stats
Be like,
up.
hey, you know that 95% of all heroes enjoy this ale.
Yeah.
Okay, so we shuffle 2 into 1 now, right?
Right. So your deck should be 26 cards now.
No, sorry, I mean the level 2 monsters into the level
Oh
1s.
yes, now the level 2 gets shuffled into the level 1. Yes. And Slug, you got to do some cleanup here for your decks.
This is my
Yep.
5. I need my 4, right?
No, the 5 was appropriate. 5 was the correct
Well,
number.
I think the 4 might be that one that's missing that one card that was
Right,
extra.
but I also think
Ah.
like I don't quite want to play through the whole game. I feel like if we play like 1 more round or 2 more rounds, that should give us a good idea of things.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, Slug,
Uh,
you need to put all these cards back into your deck too.
There we go. 18.
And then you want to shuffle these back in.
Okay.
I think wait, is he short? He is short a card somewhere.
Well, no. So what happened is, in addition to that, you now also choose a stat, Slug. So you got your fighter mini deck added, and you also get to level up
Right.
as you typically do. More strength.
I would just get strength again personally, yeah.
He's going hard into strength.
That's what I'm here for.
Here, have a strength.
Strength. Whoa, wait, another deck of cards.
There we go. There you go. Alrighty. So we're now shooting for 12. A game of riddles is 8. It's gonna be problematic for us. And a simple maze is 10. This is a lot of I knew I should have gone into intelligence.
You guys are toast.
And
Yes.
I am proposing target actions that you can put it in position
Mhm.
so that everybody can see what the heck it's doing,
Mhm.
and then put these at
Okay, sure.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You guys are absolutely toast. It's so funny.
Hey, you are part of us.
Oh no, I'm separate from you guys. I'm going to
Two
be
is
alive.
here, right?
I will
Two is-
solo this dungeon.
This one is 2. It's like 1, 2.
Yeah, 1,
Across,
2,
left,
3,
right?
4, 5, 6. Yep. Alrighty, so we're gonna roll that, roll that, roll that, roll that, and
Wait, what are you doing? No, this is at 17. I had this set correctly.
there we go. 8
This
and
is
12.
19.
No, this is definitely 17.
Oh no, you're right. I'm counting horribly off. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, this is 17. I don't know numbers.
Me no dumb.
I am dumb. I forgot how to count.
Alrighty, so this boundless, I'm gonna fall into a bottomless pit for a couple minutes. Once these guys attack us. This dude is gonna make Zero Gamer discard a card, and this dude is gonna deal damage to. The riddles are gonna make your brain hurt, Slug. Sorry.
The riddles.
What
riddles?
Yeah, a game of riddles.
Okay.
So our problem here
Okay.
is that we are all very chunky.
I'm dealing 2 damage. They dealt 2 damage to
Well, they
me, so
will.
I gotta take my damage.
No, don't take the damage yet,
Oh, okay.
because they take their turn after us. So this is just
I can deal damage. Oh, they're all mental stuff.
they're all mental. So we are
Me no good.
me no good mental
no good at
either. I have a feeling me and you are going to be discarding 2 cards a lot to deal
Me no
1.
good. Yeah, that feels bad.
Yeah, it
That feels
does.
real
So I mean, that's one of the big problems is like if something like this
Well,
happens, you're just like,
I'm glad we-
oh, poopsicle.
I'm glad we got to recolor the dice.
Yeah, that.
Mhm.
I mean, that is the danger
You-
of going straight into things like just pulling Constitution and not being like, I should grab some intelligence and wisdom so I can do
Well, part of the
mental
problem is
damage.
if he did grab 1 stack of intelligence, that's 4 cards in a pile of 26.
Well, that's true too. I mean, it could be also something where like the discard 2 cards to deal damage levels up at 4 and 8 also. Like, oh, now we're just stronger in general. So I can discard 2 to do 2 mental or 2 physical
Yeah.
damage, kind of thing.
Are we continuing till we die, or is
I
are
don't
we
think we
going-
should. I think we
I
should
mean,
stop.
we
Okay.
can, but I have a feeling we're going to die. We're
So
not
I
going to be
would
able to do
say-
this. So
I would say from my thing,
Mm-hmm.
just like my first thing not my first one of the things that I noticed is I think in round 3, I was just like, man, out of all the cards, I have only actually even seen 23% of them.
hmm
And the cards are supposed to represent like myself, and I'm like, wait, I'm 3 rounds in this game, and I only know like 23% of myself.
hmm
Who am I? And like, why did I lose action to that potion? Did I fall asleep somewhere? Didn't I have a potion in my hand?
like it took all of your energy just to drink your potion. That was it.
And so it kind of adds to like the randomness of the game, and there is quite a bit of randomness kind of like going on.
Yeah, it's definitely a smorgasbord of randomness at the point. At this-
23% of my game, like I didn't really make any. I mean, I made kind of choices of what came up, but I just made the choice of like, oh, I'll just use the best one.
Right,
It just
because
doesn't really seem like there's like a lot of like systems that you're kind of working with. It's like, oh, I got the card that does I got the one that does 1, 2, or 3. Oh, I'll use the 3. Sweet, glad I got that 3.
right.
And now, well, we're dead. Well, what is it going to do to us? I don't know. Let's roll the die.
Let's
Who's
find
gonna
out.
attack? I don't know. Roll the die.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, and I that's where like I'm not entirely happy with like the general gist of how the hero decks work. I'm okay with mostly because it's like okay, I can make slightly better systems for like or change how exactly the specific cards work to maybe make them. We were saying like okay, maybe a lot of them are pretty low power level. Maybe they just need to be higher power level across the board so that there is a little bit more like oh, I can like do 2 damage and stun them, or I can do 3 damage to them. Like, what is better in this situation, or something like that. But the enemy randomness smorgasbord, I'm
Well,
not sure if I'm
Can
particularly
I
happy with.
hold on, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I have the exact opposite.
Oh, really? What is
Oh,
your
yeah.
your opinion? You like how the monsters work, but you hate how the hero decks work?
Yes.
I
I'm not
am
even
on that part.
joking.
I am on that part 100%.
Interesting. Okay.
Because like when you started talking about it, I was like, no. I think you got it backwards for me. Like it's just like I feel like I'm not deciding what I do, and like I don't know who you are. Like who are we? What is this journey we're on?
Hmm.
We just go and like we're battling, but it's like there's a lot of if it's just gonna be like, well, I'm gonna draw 1, 2, or 3. I'll use so there's a lot of text. I was gonna say like killing me with those words, bro. That was the first thing when I started pulling out the cards. I was like, oh my god, so many cards. And it's like it's almost like I wish there was like a lighter like system that could be used so I could kind of see what could do more or like that I had ways to interact with stuff. Like I wish the potion was not like if it's here, I should have it. Or like I should be control of my hand more. Like maybe it's more like a hand instead of a deck building game, maybe it's more of like a hand build. Like this is what I want to have in my hand to have access to.
Right.
Because
And
it's like,
or I wonder
why do
like.
I need all these cards? Why do I need all these cards? Like I don't
Hmm.
even know what's in them.
Hmm.
Like it's not they're not special to me. I'm not special. Like the thing that makes up who I am is not special. It's like a sheet with some cubes on it and a bunch of cards. I don't even know what. Some of them have better. Some of them are just objectively better than the other ones. And I hope I draw those ones. Otherwise, I just
Right,
suck.
right, which is a
So
lot of
I'm
what we had been
cursed.
talking about the other day is that the
Yeah.
variance from one card to another is like super high. So it's like, okay, can we bring the power level kind of up across the board and kind of even out the power level and then just make the abilities themselves kind of the variable of like, oh, maybe you're going to be
What if all of the attacks are just like, well, I'm going to play my attack card and then I'll use this die to choose whether like how good, like how much I succeed at it, right? And as I level up, I get access to like better faces of the
Mhm. Mhm.
because that way it's like I'm choosing the thing out of my hand that I want to do. Like, well, I can always I have that potion, but once I discard it, I don't have it back. My other cards I can always reclaim, or always put back on my thing. I always have access to it. But
Mhm.
if it's just going to be a variance of number, why have 12 cards when you could just have like
I have a very specific thought in my head, but I'm going to type it out first before I try to tell you it.
Okay. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm trying to mush a lot of different things together, and I don't think it's coming out quite how I want it to right now, and I'm hoping that I can do balancing to fix that.
so
A lot of my card-based gaming is comes from Magic the Gathering, where like you do have that variance in like, oh, I have like a card that isn't maybe as good as some of my other cards, but I hope that I get that really powerful card later on, and that'll be a really big turn. But I do agree with you that it doesn't quite feel like that right now. It just is more like, did I pick up my really powerful card? No. Okay, well, I have a bunch of cards that give me shields. I guess I'll give myself some shields and hope that I draw
All
a better
right.
card next time.
All right,
You
I'm just
know?
gonna try to talk through this because I think trying to type it out would be too much work, anyways.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
so I'm gonna like do. It's gonna be a mix of me saying things and then questions. So first question, you seem really sold on this deck building, but with small packs of cards.
I mean,
System.
that's just where the initial is. So I'm trying to like let it run its course, and like give it a couple playtests to see if it really works. And if it doesn't, whatever, that's fine. But
Right. Well, I get it. Like, is there some critical thing that you're trying to specifically make work?
I would say that is the thing that I'm trying to make
Okay.
work.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So here's just what I'm envisioning in my head, because you wanna keep this like system of you grab a pack of cards when you level up and then you can use. There's like two problems. One, every pack's exactly the same, 4 cards. It's just not nearly enough variety.
Mm-hmm.
It's like even if you like, oh, I take one strength and one dex and one, it's just
but
it's not enough
but also
because
but also
then you're.
could it ever be enough?
So here's what I'm thinking. So it's just like a vague idea forming in my head. So keep with me here as I try to explain it.
Oh, yeah.
You can keep the booster pack system of drawing,
Mm.
but each of these booster pack cards, I'm just going to pull one out here, intelligence, just so I can point at it, right?
Mhm.
What? Why was there only 3 in there?
Oh, sometimes they fall through this table because this table is dumb.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. So let's say you draw the booster pack and it has like these 4 abilities in it, right? But what if they because I feel like you need to separate these stat abilities from character abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So what if these character abilities were like in a separate place? Like they're not even cards, they're just like on the board or something. And to activate them you need a resource. And these stat cards you get, they have their abilities on them, but they also have like a resource on them. So let's say for these intelligence ones, they have, just as an example, they've got like can I draw on these cards?
You gotta lock them first.
Oh, okay.
There, now you can.
Oh,
Whoa!
Jesus. Whoa, what happened?
I'm way zoomed in.
There we go. I think what happened is I tried to select several things and I selected the floor and then unlocked it.
Ah, yes, that makes sense. Okay, so let's just, for instance, this ponder card had like a water drop, and this reveal the void had like a void moon or something, and then healing ray, it's like a sun or something. Like it just had like different elements or something on them, right? Say scorching ray could also be the sun, fire, or whatever. So you can either play them straight as whatever their ability is, so like deal 1 range damage to 2 targets, or you can use the sun element to power something from your character specifically. That way, you can be like, oh, well, my entire hand sucks and I don't really want to use any of these abilities, but I can use 3 of these cards to power an ability I have. That way I can flush my hand.
Oh, way better. Yeah.
Flush my hand, but then I'll get 3 new cards. I'm like, oh, I have 4 new interesting looking cards, and maybe I'll use one of their ability. Like there needs to be a way, because this like slow plotting pace we have right now is like, oh, where it's not my deck with the wisdom where I'm playing a bunch of extra cards.
Right.
Play 1 card, draw a card. Play 1 card, draw a card. Play 1 card, draw a card. It's not. There's nothing happening there.
But it's also like, why do we need so many cards? Like, and the benefit is thinning out our deck.
So that's the
then we
thing.
don't
If you
have
want,
good
if you want all these cards, and here's the thing: I see why you want all the cards because I get the idea of wanting it, but you need to be able to cycle through them, or they have to be their own resource in some fashion. It doesn't have to be exactly this, but it has to be faster than what it is currently.
No, I see what you're saying there, yeah. And that could be kind of an interesting, for lack of a better term, like mana system of you, like, either using the cards for their ability or using them for some sort of mana to then power a different ability that's maybe on your
Right.
player sheet.
And even for like the fight, because like you have to keep it to like a certain number of abilities. Because even the strength stuff would have to have like the same kind of resource in case the wizard wants to grab a strength pile. The wizard still has to be able to turn it into something he
stuff.
can use.
Right, which is like there might only be like 3 resources, and
Right.
Like each of them has access to 2 or something like that. Where like, okay, a wizard has a pretty good chance that maybe if they go and grab strength, like I don't know, yeah, I see what you're saying.
I just
there,
like 3 rounds in, like if we are gonna be having about 10 rounds, 3 rounds in, and I already have like 26 cards. Like, I don't want to end up at how many cards I'm going to end up.
Well, I mean, so SP brought this up too, and that's, I think, like what I was trying to do in a weird way. Most deck building games are about like thinning your deck so you always get the best cards. And whereas this is about building up those stats so that you have more cards that are more powerful. Because if you go deep into like Constitution, all of a sudden your thing that used to only do 1 damage does 3 damage or 4 damage. So it's like, oh, okay, so and now because I have put 5 mini decks of Constitution into this deck, I have 5 copies of that card that do 5 damage as opposed to 2 copies of that card that deal 1 damage. That's what I was going for, but I don't know if that seems to be I don't know if that just isn't working or if it's just that it doesn't fit into the mold of how most people have kind of optimized deck builders,
There's a lot of just like systems kind of cool. Like I was even trying to think of like, I wish like the cards like didn't have to like specify like when it was like certain levels, like which damage was at which level. I wish it was just like deal damage plus like your level, right? Like deal 0 damage plus your level or something, right? And then it's like, oh, as I level up, then this kind of more action card, I guess, style. Instead of like having so many things, you'd only have like, well, like as a fighter, my deck probably has like a lot of combat cards, maybe 1 kind of recover card,
Mm-hmm.
and those kind of like more like basic like action cards instead of specific, right? Because then it's like you don't have to have like, oh, at level 4 you get X stuff. It's just like, well, as I level up, it makes all that, and then it cuts like a whole extra stuff out of like a whole extra fluff out of it.
Yeah, and that would free up just like I would probably have to do a bunch of
So much stuff.
rebalancing for like the monsters of just like how much damage you're going to be able to do, but it does
I would,
free up a lot of the text of just being like maybe it's just like okay, dodge, you know, X times and deal X damage or whatever it is, you know, and it's like,
like
oh, okay.
so this is like I've been playing a lot of Marvel United or whatever,
Hmm.
but all the characters are represented by like 12 cards, and that's like it's a pretty like tight number, right? But
Hmm.
we're already at like 3 times that. And we're only
Right.
like a third in the game. Like,
Right.
where? How do you store this game,
Well,
right?
yeah, I
And
mean,
every card that
it
comes
definitely would
out,
be, it'd be, you know, like a
every
box
card
this
that
big,
comes
you know.
out requires like a half pound of plastic to be laid out beside it.
Well, yeah, this is just for TTS right now. You know, I'm sure that I'll come up with a way to do spinners or something like that
But
for health and stuff like that. But
honestly, I'm just saying sometimes like when I started designing stuff on Tabletop Simulator, I actually that was something I really had to step back and rethink. Was just like, wait, what is this game that people are keeping track of? So each player
right.
having like uh you know 24
I mean,
cards.
I
Mhm.
will say I've played some board games with a lot of components.
Right.
That's not that's not an issue for me.
I've played Dominion. Like.
No. But as far as like as the action cards, like I just don't know why like we as a character have to be represented by so many cards. As a fighter, like I could be represented by if we had like say 10 cards. Well, I
Mhm.
would have like one recover. I'd have some like combat. I'd have maybe some support cards.
Mhm.
And that would make up who I am. And then
Right.
everything is based on like what revolves around like my stats, and like as I level up, then my cards kind of become better. Then maybe I want to kind of change my class. Well, maybe I want to give up one of my combat cards and take like a thieving card, right? Maybe I want to start changing my kind of class a little bit. It's just like as you kind of
Mhm.
simplify some of it, it might kind of
Yeah. Yeah, and I wonder if that just becomes something where it's like, oh, maybe instead of like part of this was just trying to like streamline the process also a little bit because there's so often in like deck building games where you know you have your tableau of like 6 or 12 or whatever cards and everyone's like, oh well, do I want to take
yeah.
this card or this card or this card? I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe how much money do I have? And this is just like, which of these 6 stats do you want? And then you just take it and you put it in your deck. You don't have to take anything out of your deck. You just throw it in. So that part of it was born out of like a want for simplicity, but I could see it maybe turning into something where it's like, okay, like maybe you're swapping in and out cards a little bit more to
But
keep
like
that deck a little tighter and you know it's like oh yeah now I want to do this so or
we could
I've leveled up
also
this and that's you know
we could also be taking damage based on cards. We could lose access to cards. Our cards could get discarded, and then we draw stuff. Again, I've been playing a lot of Marvel.
right
Granted, that is kind of what you do. But
right I mean part of me is also like I've played you know whatever a couple different you know I've played like Dominion and I've played Road to El Dorado, but I haven't played like a huge amount of deck builders. So it's like, okay, do I need to just like go and play a bunch of deck builders and be like, okay, how did they deal with this? How do they do this? And like
I just
get more data, you know?
well, it's like as far as like the deck builder, it just depends on like how big are these decks that we're building for ourselves. Like when a character is like complete, like how many cards do they have?
It's like basically 50 some odd cards by the end of the game. Yeah.
You'd have in your thing. Like that's a lot.
Well, I mean, it's a lot for a deck builder game,
It's a lot for like
but
each
again,
round we've played like
I know,
two like
but
round one we've only
again,
played two
for my
cards.
right, but by the end of the game, we're all going to be level 10. So, like round 9, we would all be level 9. So,
But in the final boss, like am I playing all 50 of my cards?
no, but
Like why do I have all the fluff?
you'll probably play 10 of them at least.
But why don't I just start with some cards and then upgrade and get better cards? Like trade out a combat level 1 card for combat like an experience, and then these become the actions that I've got access to.
Yeah, and that could be something where like maybe there are like you start with a level 1 charisma like cards. So you have your like 9 cards and you have like your 4, you know, fighter cards and your 4 charisma cards and your potion. But then once you level up charisma to like 3, oh, you take all of your charisma cards out and you put in new charisma cards that are better or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe you're like, okay, well, now I want to switch out a charisma for a strength or whatever. Something like that could work maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm just saying, imagine these are giant cards. Because basically on my turn, it was like, oh hey, I'm gonna heal you. Okay, well I'm gonna go on the attack this turn. I'm gonna heal you this turn, and then I'm gonna do a defense thing. So it's like you really just need a bag. Like how many of these different things do you need? Do you need
Right.
a bag with 50 of these? Like at the final boss, like am I playing 50 cards?
Right. 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 My assumption is you'll play, 5 or 6 cards maybe, but
Yeah. Oh, I just like because in round one, like we started with 9, but we only played 2. Like so we played
mm,
2 out of 9 of the cards.
right.
Right. But I just think like if this is like, and then of course you got to imagine them as cards. They can have more text on them to make them unique and kind of special. But like having color coded cards even that represent the actions that we're taking, because that's basically like what it's like when we were saying at the beginning, and I was like stat builder hero. Like
Right.
what are we doing in the game? Are we building stats or are we bashing monsters and helping each other? It's like, oh, I'll spend my green action here to help you zero. And you're like, oh sweet,
Right.
because
And I
I can go
mean,
hard with my blues. Bam, 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 bam.
and that
And you're
that
like, I'll
might be
shield
part
you.
of
I'll
it.
shield
Like
you.
it might just
I'll
be that
shield you.
like the excitement level is not high enough, and would it like if all of the stats on these monsters were just higher, and each turn you got to play out your entire hand. So like for most people, maybe that's 4 actions every single turn. But maybe somebody had, like Zero
But
Gamer with his wisdom ends up having like 5 cards in his hand most turns. So he's gonna play 5 turns on. So like a lot more is than happening each turn. And then okay, now I draw back another 4. And you're like, okay, now I've seen, in the first round, we're doing quote unquote 2 rounds, but I've seen 8 of my 9 cards.
but so this is just like um think about like if you level up because you
Mm-hmm.
kind of like stuff like this. Like leveling up means that
Mm-hmm.
you could hold more cards in your hand, meaning that the
Right.
more experience you have, the more breadth of options you have, right?
Right.
Plus, if the cards represent your health, it also represents how strong you are, right? And then kind of the cards just are filling all of these purposes that are being taken up by other things, right? And
Mm.
then it would maybe like make it speed through a little bit faster instead of just like inching forward as we like
Right.
do all the bookkeeping,
Right.
right?
Right.
If it's really easy, like I'm holding like, oh, well, I'm level 7, right? So at the start of my turn, I get to have like 7 cards. Like I'm super buff, right? So now it's
Mm.
like, well, 2 of them I've been working on becoming a healer, so I have like some great healing cards, and then I went full strength and 1 defense.
Mm.
So I'm like, I'm ready to spend my 9 cards to be like, oh shit, I got killed. I got killed. Okay, well I lost that one. I'll lose one of these. I got lost. Okay, I'm still good. I'm still good, guys. I'm still good. Okay, I'm gonna play this one. Okay, deal some damage.
Well,
And then you could
it's
also remove a lot of this stuff, right? Your hand limit becomes the black cube.
mhm,
The red becomes your number of cards that you have in your hand.
maybe
Your strength becomes your level
it. I
with a modifier.
right. Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to look into. I'm assuming some of this is coming from. Is some of this coming from the Marvel
I'm
game
really just like,
or
no, I'm
or
really
no?
just trying to like, I'm trying to strip down some of the chaff
Okay. Yeah. No.
because there's just like, it's a lot of just like, there's just a lot of fluff going on.
Yeah. 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 I definitely agree. I mean, like I said, this is literally the third test of it. So there's definitely a lot of fluff and a lot of just faff and craziness. So it's
Right now,
it's
it feels like we're bookkeeping. I would just like maybe like making it a little chunkier, right? Instead of so specific, like take down some of these like little bitty bits of numbers and just like
mhm,
chunk it up a little bit.
right. Right. All right. Well, that's
Like
good.
this lashback could be like 1, like max 1, and these could be max like, or I guess
Well,
it's 'cause
this
we have
is
to
this is
chisel
one
away
of
at them.
this is one of the
We have
strongest
to
things in the
chisel
whole
away at them.
game. But yeah,
But just
they
like
only go up to level 12. So,
just chunkier stuff.
but
Everything
yeah,
is really specific. That's all. Like even choosing a card is just like it takes me. It would take me like a while to even figure out which is the one that does the most damage because I've got to like okay this one's okay physical okay I got to be level 3 for that okay where's the level it's like just a thing which is the coolest card right like,
hmm
which is the best card it should be obvious I should pull up my hand and be like oh well this is the best one this is my like this is my combat 3 it's the
hmm
highest combat you can get
right,
it's the ultimate combat card, right? And for me as a fighter, my
hmm
combat 3 is bloody bloodshed, rain of guts.
hmm
and it does an extra 3 of gut splatter damage, or like whatever, right? Like it can still be special, but can still be like, well, if every pack is like, well, I want to upgrade to my level thing. Well, okay, well, I'm going to buy my combat 3 card and get rid of my healer card. I'm not going to be healing because we're going to stack somebody else with all the healing cards.
Right.
Done. And then it's like also then you're reducing overall how many components you have to have. Like is your box, because if you've got all the monsters, you've got all the stuff, like how many?
Oh, it's I think I calculated out. It's like 250 cards or something like that. So it's not horrible. I'm used to playing a crap ton of Magic where every single deck that you have in your box is 60 cards. So everyone's walking around with deck boxes this big at least, That part doesn't scare me quite so much. But yeah. Point taken. Yeah. There's I think a lot. It's one of the hardest parts about being at the kind of inception point of a game where you're just like, okay, well, this could go in one of like 12 directions. Which of these directions is actually going to end up with like an interesting game that people like, And the answer might be like 5 of them do out of the 8 or something like that. So
one of the things I've been thinking about lately is I forget who was talking about it, but like they were saying like what are the nouns of a game or like the verbs of a game, because I would be designing stuff and I have all these words, but then it's like, oh yeah, oh that's actually, oh that's not a noun, that's a verb. Oh, okay, well that must be an action or something. That can't be describing okay, I got to backtrack a bit. So this is like thinking about like what are the components, like what are the cards? Are they just like our breadth of knowledge? But sometimes they're potions, which is weird, right? That sometimes they're in there. So it's like I kind of don't get like what the cards are.
Yeah, and I think that some amount of that abstraction for me comes from playing so much Magic the Gathering, where Magic the Gathering cards can be literally anything. Like so much of them are like
But they
completely
are
abstractized as right. They
or
are enchantments or
artifacts
creatures or
or
artifacts. Yeah.
creatures,
And
but
that's
they
where
are
like
things.
okay, does
but
that's
as
where
the
some of this
wizard,
mana costs might come in, where it's like, okay, or maybe it's a little bit more like Nemesis, where like, okay, maybe I need to like,
but
each of these cards might have a cost, and it's like, okay, I have to use these 3 cards together to play this card, because the mana cost of these 3 together lets me play that.
But let's go back to Magic the Gathering. In Magic the Gathering, you are a wizard. The lands that you discover are mana that you have access to. The creatures are summoning spells that you do. Like your deck of cards are like the magic that you learn and like know. I don't really like, is that what these, like I learned how to do 1 damage or I learned how to do 2 damage, like slash and slash. Like I learned how to deal damage better sometimes than other times.
Right. Sometimes you're really good at slashing people. It's like the difference between a shock and a lightning bolt. Shock is 2 damage and lightning bolt is 3 damage. I don't know. It's just sometimes you're better at cutting people up with a sword.
And like with the target dice, like you could also have it, like one of the things I was thinking about is like the layout of the table is also could be your kind of physical space, right? Like obviously this one's close to me. Obviously it's going to be targeting me. Unless maybe 0 attacks it, then oh shit, now it's targeting him.
Yeah, and that is another part where like I'm.
It's like, oh, range attack. Instead of just like, oh, roll the die.
Right.
See who's
that
attacking.
attacks you. That attacks you. Yeah. I mean, and that's where
what
like
did it
I'm
do
not.
to me this time? I don't know. Roll the die. Yeah, it'd be cool if this one did like range when it gets like closer, right? Like maybe this is actually a 9, like a 3x3 grid. Maybe stuff moves closer to people.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to talk with
like almost like what's that game? Summoning Wars has those.
Yeah, Summoning Wars has the like forward versus the back.
Triple triad.
Moving them around from side to side and all that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, it's too early in this game's development, anyways. Like,
right, to really figure it.
Change.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and part of that is I just have to talk with the other people I'm designing with. Be like, okay, which of these directions are we thinking is going to work out? Let's try 1. Let's try 2. Let's try this or that.
No,
but yeah.
I mean, until then, you may as well just not randomize it and just have this one attack this person, this one, and this person.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah. But
Or
then
it's
the
because you
problem is
want
like, okay,
sometimes
when
you want them. Okay, I get it. No, because sometimes you want them to pile on certain people.
right,
Yeah,
sometimes
okay.
it's like, oh, you know what? They're gonna be attacking you. What are we doing about that? Oh, you have a lot of low
Gotcha,
health.
gotcha.
We want to maybe focus that guy down this turn because he's about to kill you. Whereas if he had attacked me, we don't really care about him, so we're gonna attack the other guy, something like that. Well, that's a crap ton of stuff to think about. But
Yeah.
good input all around of lots of kooky, crazy ideas and a lot to think on. But that was kind of what I was hoping for because it is in this kind of infantile stage. So having a lot to think about is exactly what I need. For everyone who is still watching, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe and hit the bell icon and all of that jazz. And until next
Ding
time,
ding.
bye bye.